Lionel Messi, the boy doctors said would never play football again. But he did something else. Yes, you heard that right. Doctors told the Messi family that their son would never be able to play football again. But wait, this is just the beginning of the story. Picture Messi as a little boy, playing football with a worn-out ball on the dusty streets of Rosario, Argentina. He was so in love with the game that even when his feet were covered in blisters, he kept running. But one day, everything changed. A diagnosis that could have destroyed his dreams forever: growth hormone deficiency. It meant his height would never grow beyond a certain point. It meant that in a world where football is tied to height and physical power, Messi was doomed to fail. But Messi did something no one expected him to do. If you're here right now, listening to this, chances are you've experienced failure somewhere in your life. Or at least you've felt the fear of failing. We all know that feeling. When people tell you, you can't do it, you're not good enough, just give up. But here's the truth. That exact moment is where real life begins. Not when everything is perfect, not when you're just starting out. That moment when everyone says it's over, that's exactly when you can finally prove who you really are. At that young age, with that short stature, with that terrifying diagnosis, Messi made a life-changing decision. He could have said, well, I guess it's impossible. He could have made excuses. He could have quit football and pursued an ordinary life. But no, Messi said, with these exact circumstances, I will find my own way. And that's the first great lesson of life. When the circumstances aren't in your favor, don't try to change the circumstances, change yourself. During those days when his father had to move to Spain just to afford his treatment, Messi proved to himself that willpower is stronger than any hormone. Then Barcelona came calling, but not because of his extraordinary talent, not because of his incredible technique. Barcelona offered him a chance because they saw something special in the midst of all those hardships, a unique mindset. They saw a boy whom everyone had written off, still practicing with a worn-out ball on the streets. Not for scoring goals, but for proving something to himself. And this is where Messi taught us. When talent fails you, it's daily discipline that turns an ordinary person into a legend. Now let's compare this to your own life. How many times have you changed your path because of an obstacle, a negative comment, or a failure? How many times have you told yourself, this field isn't for me, or, I'm not cut out for this? Messi could have remained that short boy from Argentina that nobody knew. But he did something else. From the very moment the doctors said it was over, he began building himself. But here's the interesting part. Even when Messi made it to Barcelona, the story wasn't over, it was just beginning. In those early years, when he was warming the bench, when everyone was saying, this kid is too weak for professional football, Messi would go to the training ground with incredible focus and spend hours practicing his dribbles. As if he was telling himself, if you fall down 100 times today, you'll get up 101 times tomorrow. And this is exactly what ordinary viewers never see. Everyone sees Messi's goals, but no one sees those nights when he was alone on the training pitch with a ball, repeating his mistakes over and over until he got them right. I remember watching an interview where Messi said, I was never worried that I might not be able to do it. I was only worried that I might not try hard enough. It's a simple sentence, but it carries a world of meaning. Successful people don't waste their mental energy on the fear of failure, they invest it in the effort to improve. Messi kept running even when he lost the World Cup, even when he made mistakes in the Copa America final, even when his entire country had lost hope in him. Because he knew that failure isn't the end of the road, it's just a turn in the journey. Now let's go a little deeper. What exactly made Messi transform from a sick child into the greatest player in history? The answer lies in one word: growth mindset. The belief that abilities aren't fixed, they can grow through practice and effort. Messi never believed that his talent alone would be enough. Every day, he proved to himself that he could be better than yesterday. And that means every single one of us can do the same, not necessarily with a football, but with whatever we're working toward. Maybe you're thinking, but I'm not Messi, I don't have his talent. But honestly, that's exactly the trap. Messi wasn't exceptional either, just an ordinary boy with a big problem and an even bigger willpower. He taught us that talent is just a starting point, but what truly matters is how many times you get back up. At the 2014 World Cup, when Messi reached the final with Argentina and lost, everyone said, "It's over, Messi will never be a champion." And what did he do? Messi left and came back. 8 years later, in 2022, with the same legs that some said were tired, with the same mind that others called weak, he lifted the World Cup trophy. If Messi had given up after that loss, we would never have witnessed that historic moment. He showed us that every time you fall, you get a new opportunity to stand up stronger than before. Perhaps Messi's greatest lesson is this: true victory isn't just about those moments of brilliance, it's about those days when no one is watching, those repetitive practices, those silent efforts. And that means that to achieve anything you want, you have to be willing to run through the darkness so that one day you can shine in the light. Here's the thing about failure that nobody tells you: it's actually a feedback mechanism. Every time Messi missed a shot, every time he lost a match, every time he was criticized, he didn't see it as a verdict on his worth. He saw it as data, information about what wasn't working, a clue about what needed to change. This shift in perspective is everything. Most people experience failure and internalize it. They let it become part of their identity. I failed, therefore I am a failure. But Messi did the opposite. He externalized it. I failed, therefore my approach needs adjusting. That tiny mental shift is the difference between staying down and getting back up. Think about the moments when Messi was at his lowest. After the 2016 Copa America final, when he missed that penalty, he was so devastated that he announced his retirement from the national team. The entire world watched this moment. The greatest player in the world, walking away because he couldn't bear the weight of his own expectations. But here's what happened next. The people of Argentina, the same ones who had criticized him, started a campaign. Don't go, Leo, we need you. And this is where the next lesson comes in. Sometimes we need other people to remind us of our own strength. Messi could have stayed retired, he could have let that failure define the end of his story. But he listened to his people, he came back, and just 6 years later, he brought them the World Cup. This isn't just a story about football, it's a story about resilience, about listening to the right voices, about knowing when to keep going even when the pain feels unbearable. Now, think about your own life for a second. What is it that you've been avoiding because you're scared of failing? What dream have you buried because someone told you it was impossible? The same fear that keeps you small is the same fear that Messi had to conquer every single day. But here's what makes him different. He didn't wait for the fear to disappear. He acted in spite of it. He stepped onto that pitch, took those shots, faced those defeats, all while the fear was still there. And that's the thing about courage. It's not the absence of fear, it's action in the presence of fear. Let's talk about discipline for a moment. When people hear the word discipline, they think of harsh routines, deprivation, and suffering. But Messi's discipline didn't look like that at all. His discipline was love. Love for the game so deep that he couldn't stop playing. When you love something that much, discipline becomes effortless. It's no longer about forcing yourself to do something, it's about getting to do something you can't imagine living without. So maybe the question isn't, how do I become more disciplined, but rather, what do I love so much that discipline isn't a struggle? There's another layer to Messi's story that often gets overlooked, the role of his family. His grandmother, Celia, was the first person who saw something special in him. She took him to his first training sessions, she believed in him when nobody else did. She passed away before Messi became a star, but he dedicated every goal to her. Every time he looked up to the sky and pointed, that was for her. This reminds us that success is never a solo journey. There are always people behind the scenes, parents, friends, mentors, who believe in us when we struggle to believe in ourselves. The lesson here: surround yourself with believers, and more importantly, be that believer for someone else. Now let's get practical. What can you actually do today, right now, to start applying these lessons? First, redefine failure in your mind. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a component of it. Every time something doesn't work out, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Not, why did this happen to me, but, what can I learn from this? Messi missed more shots than anyone else in history, because he took more shots than anyone else. You have to risk losing to win. Second, focus on what you can control. Messi couldn't control his height. He couldn't control his diagnosis. But he could control his training, his diet, his sleep, his attitude. Most of the stress we experience comes from trying to control things we simply can't. Let go of those things. Focus every ounce of energy on what's actually in your power. Your effort, your preparation, your response. Third, build a system, not just a goal. Messi didn't just dream about winning the World Cup, he built a system. Daily practices, specific drills, recovery routines. Goals are dreams with deadlines, but systems are what actually get you there. If you want to achieve something big, don't just focus on the outcome, focus on the daily habits that will make that outcome inevitable. Fourth, seek feedback, not validation. Validation feels good, but feedback makes you better. Messi watched game footage obsessively, looking for every tiny mistake. He wasn't looking for compliments, he was looking for growth. The people who succeed in life are the ones who aren't afraid to confront their weaknesses head-on. Fifth, embrace the long game. Messi's career spans over 2 decades. His greatest triumph came at the very end, when most players are long retired. He never gave up even when people said he was past his prime. In a world that wants overnight success, be willing to take the slow path. Growth takes time. Development takes patience. Keep going, even when you can't see the finish line. Sixth, build emotional resilience. Messi faced a level of public criticism that most of us will never experience. Millions of people analyzing every touch of the ball, every missed penalty. But he developed the ability to separate his self-worth from his performance. Your mistakes do not define you. Your losses do not define you. Who you are in the face of those moments, that's what matters. Seventh, stay humble. Messi never forgot where he came from. He remained grounded, kind, and generous. When you succeed, remember the people who helped you. Remember the struggles that shaped you. Arrogance closes doors, humility opens them. The best way to stay motivated is to stay grateful. Now let me ask you a final question. What's the thing you're holding back from because you're scared of failing? What's the goal in your mind that feels impossible? Messi proved that impossible is just a word for people who haven't started trying yet. So starting today, right now, make the decision to be like Messi. Not for his goals, but for his mindset. For his ability to turn failure into a bridge to success. Remember this every time you fall. Every time someone tells you can't do it. Every time you feel like it's over, think of Messi. That boy the doctors said would never play football again. But through his willpower, he didn't just play, he changed history. You can too. You just have to believe that failure isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new path full of lessons, growth, and strength. And one more thing. Messi's story isn't finished. Even now, he continues to redefine what's possible. He moved to a completely new country, joined a new team, and continued to perform at the highest level. He didn't rest on his accomplishments. He didn't coast. He kept pushing. That's the final lesson. No matter how much you achieve, the work is never truly done. There's always another mountain to climb, another version of yourself to become. Don't be satisfied with one success. Use it as fuel for the next. So here's your challenge. Write down one thing that scares you. One goal that feels out of reach. Then write down one small step you can take toward it tomorrow. Just one. Messi didn't become the greatest overnight. He became the greatest one practice at a time. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to take the first step. And then the next one. And then the next one. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize you've traveled farther than you ever imagined. The greatest victories in life belong to those who refuse to stay down. Those who see every setback as a setup for a comeback. Those who understand that failure isn't something to be avoided, it's something to be embraced, studied, and ultimately, transcended. Lionel Messi is proof. But so are you. The only difference between him and everyone else is that he never stopped believing, never stopped working, never stopped getting up. That's the secret. There's no magic pill, no shortcut, just consistent, persistent, relentless effort in the direction of your dreams. Now go out there and make it happen. Because if a boy from Rosario with a medical condition can become the greatest of all time, there's absolutely nothing stopping you from becoming the greatest version of yourself. Thank you for watching. And remember, every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. The next chapter of your story is waiting. Go write it.